an absolute royal fuck up right now in Rajasthan. Sorry for the word. Sometimes I'm a lady, sometimes I'm not. But this situation calls for it. I feel like this season a lot of fans, Rajasthan Royal fans, are probably going to reminisce on last season. Because let's do it. Let's reminisce for a little bit last season. Think of the bowlers you had. Okay, you had Yuzi Chahal. You had Trent Boult opening the bowling. There was this amazing spell of Trent Boult and Nandre Berger at the beginning of the tournament. Then you had Avish Khan. Okay, Sandeep Sharma, you still have him now, but he's the only one. Ashwin and Chahal in the middle. Later on, Maharaj played a couple of key roles, partnered with Chahal when Ashwin was injured. You want to know why you were at the top in the first half of last season? Because of your bowling. Your bowling. Then the second half of the season, you kind of saw that teams like SRH and some other teams started making big runs, scoring big runs, mighty batting lineups. And you started thinking, okay, there was a match in Chepauk where you were 140 or something, I can't remember. It was a low score for 6 wickets and you thought, oh, okay, let's put the extra batter in. That batter comes in, makes like 4 or 5 runs, where if you put Maharaj in for those 4 overs, could have won the match. That ball, the pitch was turning so much, but you decided in the second half of the tournament, you want to now start focusing on the batting. Even now in the auction, you chose to focus on retaining 4 batters. As a matter of fact, you spent 80 crores retaining 4 batters and none of your star bowlers. The reason why you were where you were in last year's tournament was because of the bowlers. Yeah, I think it's a tough time right now to be a Royal. Really it is. I mean, you look at the batting lineup and you think to yourself, were names just picked out of a hat? Last season, Riyan Parag, all of the interviews, he was doing interviews with the sun and the moon and the Venus and Jupiter and everybody that he wants to be the number 4. I have to be the number 4. What happens this season? Last season he scored over 500 runs at number 4. He's playing number 3 now, where Nitish Rana is a number 3. On top of that, Hetmeyer. You cannot give a guy like that 10 balls. The same the other night with LSG, it's the same thing. Guys like Millers and Hetmeyers, you cannot just give them 10 balls. You're not going to get the best out of them. I mean, there's not much to say about the Royals bowling. I don't know, it's not clicking. Now onto KKR, who I thought, Quinton de Kock, what a knock, okay? A lot of people were talking about him. They were kind of concerned. I don't know, he doesn't play international cricket now. How's he going to fare? This is the IPL. Well, the guy's won 2 trophies before, and in both of those editions, 2019 and 2020, the man scored over 500 runs. He's a class act, and he just showed the world once again today. Fantastic. Venki Iyer, by the way, today made $200,000. I think that's almost 1.7 crore for fielding. So very interesting for me. What's his role going to be, later on in the season? I'm just wondering, where's he going to fit in for all of that money? Spencer Johnson. Today it was, 7.5, 8. It was probably not a 150 deck, but probably a 180 deck. But you cannot be going for 42 runs on a deck like this. Okay, there's a guy like Anrich Nokia. Look at these stats. He had 1 bad season last year because he came back from a back injury. Wow, no puns intended there. Came back from a back injury last year too soon. So this is also off topic now. It's very interesting for me because I wonder when Bumrah is actually going to come back. Because if you mess with a back injury, you're going to be set back for another 3 to 6 months. But that's why Nokia didn't perform so well. All of the other seasons, like I said, here are the stats again. How can you keep a guy like that on the bench? So I'm waiting for him to stop carrying the drinks and getting an actual game. Moeen Ali today. Look, he's not a wicket taker. This brings me back to the Royals where I thought, pick an extra spinner, but their main spinners didn't even spin or do that well. But Moeen Ali, he's the kind of guy where Dhoni used him really well. It was like, yeah, okay, you don't take that many wickets, but your economy is only 7.4. If a guy's economy is 7.4, he's doing one job, and that's the job of putting on the pressure, which means the guys at the other end, they're going to be taking the wickets. What a valuable choice today. Look, KKR got it so right today with picking their spinners today. Narayan wasn't even playing, and they spun the Royals into a royal conundrum today. An absolute brilliant performance by KKR. They're pretty much back into this tournament. I still feel like the 24 crore buy of Venki Iyer, something still feels missing in this team. but I'm only grasping at paper straws here right now. But just great by KKR. And for the Royals, I really don't know. I don't know. If somebody gets injured, maybe you can a kind of like a replacement, but I don't know.